Hello everyone, my name is Rodney Smith, and on June 30th I did a video saying that I was contemplating running for elected office. I said that I would establish a committee to determine the feasibility of it, and then that I would get back with you. Well, it's been almost 2 months, and I've talked to numerous people, and numerous people have talked to me. I've been inboxed folks, trying to get their opinion, to find out what their interests are, find out what their needs are, and also find out whether I would be the person that would help them and can help them with their needs. Ultimately, the decision came to me, and today I'm willing and I'm ready to announce that decision to all of you. As many of you know who've known me, I've been in Las Vegas for over 32 years and about 28 years consecutively. Part of that was during military time, but then the other part was because I chose to live in this community. I chose to participate in the endeavors of this community because this community, like so many other communities, needs an influx of people with new ideas, new energy, bringing new blood to help it revive itself. Well, there's many needs, but oftentimes there's not enough people. I hope to be one of those people. Many of you know me for coming into this particular park on the third Saturday of each month where we clean it up to keep it presentable. You know that for years I've done the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. candlelight vigil so that the people who might not be able to make it to those fancy dinners will be able to celebrate Dr. King right here. I've donated over 100 computers to the needy in this community, as well as others, to veterans, to homeless shelters, as well as to domestic violence shelters. I've tried to be a part of this community because this community has been so gracious to me and has opened its arms to me. Now it's time to give back even more on a different level. For those who may not know much about my background, originally, I'm from a very small town in North Carolina, just above the South Carolina line. I was actually born on a farm that was the land purchased by my great-grandfather who had been a slave. You see, I'm third generation free-born in this country. And we grew everything that we needed to eat. We raised the food that we needed to eat. I learned the ethics of hard work on the farm. I also learned a lot of history that was passed down from my grandmother to me about life in this country. It taught me a certain appreciation for this country. But one of the most important lessons that it taught me is if something is worth having, then it's worth fighting for. And America, though it started out with the original sin of slavery, of which I'm a descendant of, but that was then, and look at me today. I'm sure that if my slave grandfather, who 15 years after being released, I'm sure after 15 years of being released from captivity, was able to purchase land, and it's the same land that my family live on today. It was the same land that my mother was born on, and it's the same land that I was raised on. You see, I have deep roots in America. As a matter of fact, my family helped build this country. And later on, my family members, including myself, served in every war that this country has had since its existence. Myself, a war veteran. The reason why I wear this hat today is to remind us that this great country that we had, we didn't get it without sacrifice. And there were men and women who sacrificed all so that we could take in the bounty that this country has to offer. And this is for everyone. So I am a part of this country. I believe in this country. Now this country does have some issues. As I said, the foundation of this country started out with America's original sin of slavery. It is a crack in the foundation that is still there, and we're seeing sometimes looks like we're falling back. But you know, I'm here to tell you that it takes us to keep us moving forward. And moving forward is what we need to do. For those who may say, Rodney, you're not American enough, I will say this to you. My family, their blood, their sweat, their tears, their very flesh went into the foundation of this country. And they're the ones who built this country to what it is today. Something that has been unseen and unparalleled in the history of the world. I didn't stay in the South. During the Great Migration, my family moved north like so many other families did, and eventually we settled in Brooklyn, New York, in Bed-Stuy. I learned a lot of lessons in Bed-Stuy. One of them was how to run, and the other one was how to duck, and occasionally how to throw some left and rights. But what that taught me was that, again, if it's worth having, it has to be worth fighting for. And I want to be there to fight for you, for the needs that we need as a community. I don't want to just talk about it. And I hope that the many things that I've done in this community already has demonstrated that I'm not just a man who will come to you and talk when I need something from you, but I've been the one who's come to you when you need something, and I've tried to deliver it to you. Well, the demographics are changing in this state, and pretty soon things will be very difficult for folks to get elected because just politics are changing. You know, we have the politics of the left, we have the politics of the right. Well, I'm here to tell you that I don't want to be a politician, but what I want to be is I want to be a servant to all of you so that you tell me what to do. And I don't want to just say I want young people. If you elect me, I will establish immediately, and maybe even before, a corps of young people with BSUs and student unions across this city, across this county, really across this state, because this district is so large, where young people can talk to one another, where young people can be involved in the community, where young people can help set policy. Because after all, if we're not doing it for young people, really, what is the point? A constituent of mine sent me a picture, and it was a picture of her newborn granddaughter. And like so many baby pictures, they're all precious. And I looked at that picture, and it was just something about that picture that grabbed me. It was something about that picture that says, Rodney, this is what it's about. Because this child, who had behold the only thing greater than her, is our Creator. But this child can't do it by themselves. If we want to make a better world for that child and all the children that's born, then we have to get busy, and we have to go to work today. We have to be willing to cross the aisle, so to speak, because really there should be no aisle. There should not be conservatives, there should not be liberals, and we should not divide ourselves up into the divided states of America. We should be the United States of America, and this is what I can pledge to you. It's just as I served our nation in combat on foreign shores, we didn't ask what party did the person in the foxhole. We didn't ask them what party they were. What we knew were that we were American citizens defending our country. And as American citizens, they had my back and they knew I had theirs. Well, I can tell you, what you will get from me is a person that's always going to look out for what's best for America. And I will strive to bring to you all of the resources that America has to bear to not only improve this community, but other communities. You see, I believe that this is a time of people of big ideas. I'm talking about people like John Kennedy, his brother Robert Kennedy, later Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. These people dream big, but it's time to turn the dreams into reality. You know, we have a homeless population in America. We have a hungry population in America. We are the breadbasket of the world. So I challenge all of you in business and in the private sector, as well as those in the public sector, that our pride should be in how we uplift the least of us, how we move those people from the streets into employment. We need a workforce program, a project something similar to what we had after the Great Depression, when President Roosevelt put Americans to work. We need to put Americans to work, because when people have a job, they feel better about themselves, they're contributing to this great country, and then they have a chance to take in a lot of what this country has to offer. No, we're not going backwards on universal health care. As a matter of fact, we should take it as a source of pride that we're able to do it here, but here's something that I say. Not only are we going to do it here, but because we're Americans, we're going to do it better than any other country in this world, right here in the United States of America, starting right here in Nevada. And yes, we have a lot of ills in the communities, but those ills are fixed when we come together as a people. Right now, there's a catastrophe taking place down in Texas, one of our largest states. Houston, our fourth largest city, is flooded. But when you see those people coming together, it demonstrates the spirit that has always been American. It demonstrates the spirit that our military has shown in every war. Or maybe we need to bring that spirit not just in times of disaster and not just in times of war, but in times of everyday needs when we come together as one people in one America. So today, the divided states of America's day is over, and it's time for the United States with the united people of America. My name is Rodney Smith, a proud Nevadan, and a proud American, a proud veteran. I want to continue to serve you. And the way that I'm doing it, I said I would make a decision on which elected office that I would run for or if I would run. Well, I'm here to tell you that I've made that decision. I've talked to my friends. I've talked to many of you. Many of you have encouraged me to run, and thank you for that, because I don't do it for me. I do it for you. As of today, on this historic anniversary of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's speech in the March for Washington, 1963, 53 years later, we're going to have a new congressperson representing us in Nevada's Congressional District 4, and we will have it because you will help me achieve it so we can bring a new day to this district and to this state. So please go to Rodney for Congress, CD4.com. Let me know what you think. You can also find me on Facebook. Let me know what you think. We can do this if we do it together. We will do it because we will do it together. Thank you.